Hello Year 1 and welcome to Friday's literacy lesson. Now, I'm just going to share my screen with you. We're going to carry on looking at the way back home, and today you're going to have some sentences which have got lots of mistakes, and you're going to have to edit and improve them for me. So, to get us started, let's just have a look at what we're going to be doing. So we are going to be exploring how do brilliant writers edit and improve sentences. Because we all make mistakes, even I do. And it's really important for us to know how to reread our work, to check our work through, and if we spot that we made any mistakes, to fix them, make it right. So we'll start our lesson by practicing our handwriting for our common exception words, which I'll show you in a moment. And then we're going to go and have a look at some sentences that I have edited and improved from the story The Way Back Home. And then you're going to have a go at editing and improving some sentences that I have written for you. And then finally, I'm going to read you the story The Way Back Home ready for next week. So I'm just going to undo this and I'm going to hold up our first activity. Now, you can see, hopefully, all our common exception words. I've written them here for you. What I'd like you to do is pause your screen, have a go at writing these, and then when you're ready, click play and we'll carry on with our lesson. Good luck. Now, if you're finished, that's fantastic. I'm going to share my screen again with you and show you what we will be doing today. So hopefully by now you have all done your handwriting practice and we are now ready for the second part of our lesson. So you're going to need a pencil, your workbook and your brain. And here are the tricky words that hopefully you've had a go at writing already. You can check them, check that the spellings are all correct. Remember, Trixie is there because she likes to trick us and we can't always get them right. So by sounding them out. So we have to sometimes just learn how to spell our words. And here are some of the ones that we have to just know. Now, you can see from my sentence that I have got some mistakes. So I've given you the bubbles to give you a clue as to what you need to search for. So in this sentence, the man is at the door. I've missed out a capital letter. I've missed out a finger space somewhere, and I've missed out my full stop. Now I wonder if you can pause your screen and try and work out what it is and where my mistakes are. And then click play when you're ready and I'll show you the answer. Here we go. So you can see I missed out my capital T for the. I've put in a finger space. So I've just added this here just to show you that this is where I've broken up the words that are squashed together without a finger space. And here I've put in my full stop. So now my sentence is perfect. The man is at the door. Now the next sentence is a bit of a longer sentence and there are a lot more mistakes in this sentence. So we have the boy is sat on his soft orange hair. I think that word needs looking at. And he is eating some delicious popcorn. Again, pause your screen. See if you can spot where 3 capital letters are wrong. It might not just be at the beginning of the sentence. Maybe I've put some capital letters in the middle of words or in the middle of sentences where they shouldn't be. See if you can spot those. I've got 2 spelling mistakes and I've got 2 finger space mistakes and I've got a full stop which is a mistake. Good luck. See if you can spot my mistakes. Aha, fantastic. Hopefully you spotted the capital letter at the beginning. There was also a capital S, which shouldn't have been there, and a capital O, which shouldn't have been there. So I've moved those 2 lowercase and I've made that one capital letter. They were my 3 capital letter mistakes. Then I had 2 spellings. Now the I think it was saying, is now chair. I've got my the right way round. So fantastic, that makes more sense. And the other one was some, which hopefully from our practice today, some of you might have spotted that one straight away. I had spelt it when actually it's a red word, and we just need to know that it's S-O-M-E. It's tricking us. So that was my second spelling mistake. Then I had my finger spaces. The boy is, isn't the boy is, it's the boy is. There needs to be a finger space between there. And then the second one was he is. Again, it's not he is, it's he is. There is a gap between those words when we speak, so we needed a finger space. And then finally, my full stop. Now, here is my sentence. The boy is sat on his soft orange chair and he is eating some delicious popcorn. Can you see the adjectives that I've added into this sentence? The boy is sat on his soft orange chair and he is eating some delicious popcorn. So I'm trying to remember everything we did in Monday and Tuesday's lesson, and even on Wednesday and Thursday, by using the conjunction and to show off my writing. It's really important that as we learn through the week and we learn all our different steps, that we don't just stop using those things because that lesson's finished. We try and continue using them. And that's what I've done in my sentence here. Instead of just saying the boy is sat on his chair, he is eating delicious popcorn, or he's eating some popcorn, I've put the boy is sat on his soft orange chair and he is eating some delicious popcorn. I've tried to give it more excitement and more interest. See if you can have a go for this picture. Got a boy, he's climbing up that mountain. What can we say about that mountain? It's very steep, isn't it? He's got a big heavy rucksack on. I wonder where he's going. What's he going to do? See if you could think of a sentence. Pause the screen, share it with somebody in your family, or if no one's around, just say it out loud, and then see if it matches mine. I put, the boy is climbing up a mountain. I can see a mistake here. In fact, I can see a few mistakes. I wonder if anybody else can spot the mistakes. I haven't given you any clues this time. I wonder if anyone can work out what it is. Pause the screen, have a go, and I'll be back to show you the improvement in a minute. And here it is. So I had boy and is again was squished together. There was no finger space, so I've added my finger space. Now this one was a bit tricky. Climb, the it's one of our alternative sounds, and it's just here. That b is silent, but it's really important that we remember it in the words that use it in their spellings, like climbing. So the boy is climbing up a, oh goodness me, mountain. I had done the a and the I the wrong way round. Now I've added and here because you might have done this already when you paused, but I would love it if we could try and extend that sentence. So the boy is climbing up the mountain and pause the screen and see if you can have a think about the end of this sentence, and then click play and see what I've written. Fantastic. Here is my completed sentence. So I've added another adjective, I've used the conjunction and I've corrected all my mistakes. So this time in my sentence I have the boy is climbing up a steep mountain and he is very excited to see his new friend again. So I've given you lots of information this time. I've made it more exciting by adding those adjectives. I've given you lots more ideas in your head. If you didn't have the picture, you might get a better idea of what was going on. And also, I've told you 2 sentences but I've joined them together using that and. Now, you're going to have to freeze this screen by pausing so that you can have a go at correcting these. Listen carefully to your task, and then when I've finished, pause and you'll be able to complete your activity. So if you want to do the green task, you've got some sentences here and they have got some mistakes and you just need to correct them. You can do this in your workbook or on your whiteboard. If you are in the yellow activity, you can have a go at correcting my mistakes and see if you can spot any adjectives that I've used. Maybe you could circle the adjectives as you write it down. So here's my sentences, and I would like you to, again, fix my mistakes like I did, and then see if you can spot those adjectives, maybe circle them or underline them in a different colour. You've got 3 sentences to do as well. And then finally, if you want to have a go at the red activity, just like that last task that I showed you and talked you through, I've given you some sentences here, but they've got mistakes. And I think we could make them much better. We could make them longer. So I would like you to try and add some adjectives in to describe the nouns. So the nouns are moon, friend, and land. So I wonder if you could describe those for me, but could you also extend these sentences by using and? Pause the video so that you can see your sentences and write them down. Remember to use your neatest, smartest, bestest handwriting you've got. Capital letters, full stops and finger spaces are a must. And I'll see you in a minute where I'll read you the story before we finish our last literacy. Bye! And here we go. Here is the story. Now I'm going to read this to you because next week with Miss Sadler, you are going to be having a look at doing story maps for our talk for writing. So it's really important that we listen to the story lots and lots and lots so we know what happens and in what order. So here we go. The way back home. Once there was a boy, and one day he was putting his things back in his cupboard. He found an aeroplane. He didn't remember leaving it there, but he thought he'd take it out for a go right away. I don't blame him. I think I'd want to go out in that straight away. The plane lifted off the ground and up into the sky, higher and higher and higher. Suddenly, the plane spluttered. It had run out of petrol. Now the boy was stuck on the moon. What was he to do? He was all alone and afraid, and soon his torch began to go out. Oh, poor boy. Up in space, someone else was having trouble too. His engine had broken down, and steering the ship towards a flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. Both the boy and the Martian could hear noises in the dark, and both feared the worst. But as their eyes got used to the dark, they both realised they'd met somebody else in trouble. They weren't alone anymore. The boy showed the Martian his empty petrol tank, and the Martian showed the boy his broken engine. Together, they thought of ways to fix their machine and how to get them both back home. The boy jumped down to earth to get the things they would need, right down into the sea, and swam towards home. But by the time he got there, the boy was tired out, so he sat down in his favourite chair just to catch his breath. His favourite programme was just starting, and he settled down to watch. Suddenly, he remembered what he should be doing and rushed off to the cupboard to get what he needed. He ran outside and shouted, but there was no reply. He couldn't be heard. The boy climbed to higher ground, called again, and waited. This time, a rope was lowered. The boy began to climb and the Martian began to pull, and soon the boy was back on the moon. The boy fixed up the Martian's engine with the right spanner, and the Martian filled the boy's petrol tank. They said goodbye and thanked each other for their help. They wondered if they'd ever meet again. After a long night, they were both finally off the moon. The boy went one way and the Martian went another, both on their way back home. And that's the end. Thank you for all your hard work this week. Well done, Year 1. And remember, send any of your work into us. We would love to see all your hard work on Tapestry. And we will see you next week. Bye.